As NACFE investigates electric depots, we're finding there are a lot of challenges and learning curves working with utilities because they're not used to people suddenly needing massive amounts of energy. Personal electric cars come into neighborhoods slowly. Electric truck depots put huge loads on the grid very rapidly.
Always find out about power first. Always power first, powertrain second.
It's a pretty big undertaking, and that's why we're asking customers to reach out and engage with us early, even when they're just thinking about possibly electrifying their fleet, because it allows us to get in front of grid constraints and potentially correct those earlier. That way they're not waiting on the back end of the project.
I can tell you the infrastructure is a lot more in depth than what people think. It's probably about an 18-month process from the time you say, hey, I'm going to put an electric vehicle in there, until the time you actually put an electric vehicle in.
It's a huge learning curve for both us as a utility because we haven't had to really be in the fleet industry. And then I think it's a big learning curve for some of our fleets too, and especially some of our smaller regional fleets. It is a phased approach, but you need to make certain that you have the conversations about what your end game is, and also clearly identify what you know and what you don't know, and what is technically available and what is not.
Once we started this, we did some load calculations and we were able to just find the power in our facility to be able to charge our 9 trucks. You know, a lot of help from contractors, our electrical contractors, and a lot of work we did of just load calculations, load management, being able to find the power to get this project of phase 1 completed.
There are really 6 factors that dictate how long it takes for an EV infrastructure project to be completed. One of them is the type of project. The second is the site characteristics. The third is whether additional capacity needs to be fed to the site. The fourth is permits and easements. The fifth is equipment and material. And the sixth is the customer engagement aspect.
The trucks are here, the trucks are ready, the performance has been great, the driver feedback has been great. So I think ultimately it's, hey, get out, knock on doors, get more of these trucks on the road, but in the meantime, start with infrastructure. And that's a big shift coming from a truck sales dealership, where instead of just saying, hey, let's spec this truck out, let's get you a truck, let's get it on the road, it's kind of shifted to, hey, we really need to talk about infrastructure in order to support these things.
Fleets have to make a decision on whether they want to take electrification in phases or in one giant step. And the challenge here is, do you want to tear up your electric infrastructure and parking lot once or multiple times?
It's easier to go in and do all of the hard infrastructure at once, putting the conduit in the ground, upgrading the transformers, getting everything in place, and then starting to scale up with 1 vehicle, 10 vehicles, 15 vehicles.
Given the construction, given the utility, given the complexity and that lead time, it is easier for us to move a holistic project forward one time, i.e. touch it once. When you're integrating that much of an energy pool, that many different collaborators to one location, we have now determined, hindsight 2020, it is best and most efficient to go fully deploy EVSE with that first touch. We were operating under the best intent in Sacramento and we're getting incredible learnings, but I think we'll find in our future locations, we develop holistically the entire depot rather than a component or conservative element of it.
I highly recommend consider using a consultant. In the utility industry, it's referred to as an EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction. These firms are used to doing large-scale electrical infrastructure programs and can provide a great amount of guidance to truck fleets.
We were fortunate enough to partner with Prologis Mobility. They build out all of the sites that we have, so at the end of the day, they're responsible. They own the chargers, they install the chargers, they maintain them. They get the utility connection here, they administer all of the credits that we have, and it's a really kind of turnkey operation for us.
So some thoughts for utility companies as we continue to move forward. Number 1, get to know the fleets in your area, and don't be surprised if that fleet's headquarters are outside of your area. Number 2, review your processes. How can you respond faster to truck fleets and others that are looking for quick results? Number 3, you need to be aggressive. We've doubled the number of OEMs in the truck industry, and half of them only produce battery electric vehicles. It's now possible to get a battery electric truck faster than you can get an internal combustion engine truck.
There is somebody at the utility that is looking to help you with your fleet electrification. Engage early, engage transparently, and it's an explorative process. Good infrastructure design serves the customer and serves the utility.